All right, guys, so we're here at the VIM Tools headquarters, and this whole top of this toolbox is brand new stuff, and some of the stuff you guys have never, ever seen. And Louie's going to take us on the grand tour and show us what all they got new. So I'm going to give it to Louie, so you guys stick around because this one's full of cool stuff.
All right, guys, like you said, we're here at the VIM Tools headquarters. I'm Louie. It's been a while since we've really done anything ourselves with Clay on his channel, so I don't really remember what we have shown, what we haven't, so I'm going to go through all the newer stuff that we have available, as well as a couple different announcements. Hope you enjoy it. Stick with us to the end. Here, so let's start with, obviously, the most anticipated one is this set right here. This is the new Maverick line, MVRK. As you can see, the logo's on my hat. It's on the head of the ratchets. Maverick is the new American-made line by VIM. Now, it is still a VIM product. It is just, if you see it stamped with Maverick, you can rest assured that it is American-made product. That is us coming, or how do you put this? That is us, I want to say,
kind of going back to your roots.
No, but there's a word I wanted to specify. Us coming through on our, yeah, there you go. Us coming through on our promise to bring back American manufacturing. This is just the beginning of it. We started with 6 different ratchets. You only see 5 here. There are 6. 4 different extension sets and a set of drill bits. We are expanding to 6 more ratchets at the end of the year, which you'll see some comfort grips. We'll show them later, as well as bits, driver sockets next year. So it'll little by little start expanding. Bear with us. More is coming, but this is the start.
Yep.
We said we would do it. We're doing it. It's here. We're going to keep going. So let's dive into it. We have, like I said, quarter, 3/8, and half. You have the fixed heads, which I mean, everyone, you know, fixed head ratchets are nothing brand new to the market. People know what they are. Fixed head ratchets. I believe it is a 5-inch quarter, a 8-inch 3/8, and a 10-inch 1/2 inch. And I mean, there is some weight to these suckers. Like, again, nice I'm not using these every day myself as a mechanic or a tech, but coming from one that does,
they're nice, very nice,
and there's some beef to them. And I mean, the quarter inch is so smooth.
So let me see if I can. Yeah, that's what I was fixing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a smooth freaking ratchet, and
so all of them are the same smoothness. So they have very, very light back drag. They're all 90 tooth.
They're all 90 tooth.
Completely made in the United States.
And when we were going through the designs for these, the grooves on the bottom, I'd like to get people's feedback, because the grooves on the bottom is an important part of this ratchet. I, at first, was trying to see what the difference was between grooved ratchets and non-grooved ratchets. We got a couple different manufacturers, and we started putting oil on our hands and slip testing them, and I was a non-believer until Mr. Clay here told me to try it. So I tried it, and believe it or not, the grooves actually do help grab onto the ratchets a little bit. You'd never think, or at least I didn't. If you're using it every day, you definitely think, but I did not think that they would work as well as they do, but the grooves on the ratchets make that much of a difference.
I want to bring out something right here, because I guarantee you, while you're showing those, somebody says, that's the same ratchets the SK and also. Okay, so if you guys are so freaking observant, that's different for sure, right? So we know the grooves are different, but look at the switch. And that's just what you can spot from the outside. So for all you guys that want to hate and say it's the same, but here's the thing, they're not offering the options and links that these guys have.
And now, honestly, what I found for the longest time, it was, why don't you make stuff in the U.S.? Why don't you make stuff in the U.S.? That was the biggest complaint for our line. Now, we didn't, again, in life, you're never going to make everyone happy. You're just not.
Definitely not.
Because this is a starting, we're announcing expansions, doing this, doing that, doing that. You're always going to have people complaining about something. It's just,
you could give those
nature of the beast,
and somebody would bitch about it.
Nature of the beast. But for those of you who did want to buy American, that's what this is for you. But again, those are the straight head or the fixed head versions. We also have the flex heads. The quarter-inch flex head is not showed here because we don't have it right here in the showroom. But rest assured, we do have it's going to be an 8-inch flex head of the quarter-inch. We have this, which is the 3/8 flex head. Pretty much the same design except with the flex. Non-locking yet. Non-locking yet. And then the extra long 1/2 inch.
Yep.
This is a big boy. It's a big boy.
That's a bad dude right there.
It is a large ratchet. Now, those are 6 ratchets. We have our locking impact extensions here. We have the 1/4 inch 5-piece. the 3/8 3-piece, the 1/2-inch 3-piece, and then we also have a reducing 1/2-inch to 3/8 3-piece set as well for those transmissions.
Yep.
Now, why they're in different colors, we want to know customer feedback for the second batch. Do you like the black or the red more? We kind of want to take people's opinions into consideration. From our last show that we were just at, the opinions were the red. The people enjoy the red. They like the contrast. Personally, I like the red ones more too.
I like it because you can see the extensions.
Exactly. I like the red myself more. But we're giving you guys a chance to, like we do with all of our products, give your opinions to where we can make changes based on them.
That's it.
So that is the start of the MVRK Maverick line. A lot of people ask what it meant. MVRK is not an acronym. It stands for Maverick. That's the logo. It looks a little bit better than the word Maverick, in my opinion.
Oh.
That's why we went with it.
I like it.
All right. So moving on from that, I did say we were coming out with comfort grips towards the end of the year. Now Clay, you can attest to this. How many back and forths did we do?
A lot. A whole lot.
So we took
video calls.
Oh yeah.
All right. So first off, there's going to be a comment. I know this is hard plastic.
This is a prototype. This is one material painted.
Everything black will be a soft rubber compound on these. So
it'll be
don't be hating.
It'll be a two-material composite.
Give them time to finish.
It'll be hard and soft on this ratchet.
Yep.
Now, what we did to come up with this shape, I guess you could say, is that we went and we found, say, 6. I think it was 6 ratchets that Clay has used it personally throughout his career that he really did like better than other versions of comfort grips, as well as some that we're aware of in the market that are popular. We took them all, and we took the best parts of each one that we thought was why they were so popular or comfortable or useful, whatever it may be, and we put it into one design. Now, that still wasn't the final version. We went and we actually worked with a 3D printer locally and had him print multiple variations of different style handles with these attributes. And he printed it out of I think it was a thermal plastic, so that when you grabbed it and when we were playing with them, you could see where the pressure points were with your hand, so you can really get a feel for how the handle is performing in your hand, and for different size hands, because we all have different size hands.
Sure.
And this is kind of the birth of that rather surprisingly long process, because it took a lot longer than I anticipated it taking.
And guys, it really does fit your hand really good.
Now,
my hand's completely different than Louis' hand, so you can see how well this fits my hand.
And it's still very comfortable in both.
If you like
of them.
your thumb on top, or if you're one of the guys that like to put your thumb on the bottom, see how this little knob it's perfect. So now then, completely different.
It's still
hands.
extremely comfortable in my hand. Now, I don't got those big country hands that Clay does, but it's still comfortable in my hand. So Tex, any size, any shape, this should be comfortable in your hand. This is for the 1/2-inch, by the way.
And you know what's really cool at the show? You know, nobody said these are too big or these are too little. This don't feel right. I don't really like the way it's shaped. But there was no negative comment other than it would be nice if this had soft rubber.
Yeah, exactly. Which people, you can expect common sense, but you're not always going to get it. It's just, it is what it is. And whatever, it's fine. We're there to explain. That's why we go to those shows.
That's it.
But one thing I did want to mention, the one change we're making that's going to be between this and the finished product is obviously we're adding grooves to the bottom of this handle to mimic, obviously, what we did with the sleeves.
So it'll have the grooves on the bottom.
Yes, it will. And the color's a little off in this. It's just a painted plastic. The color will be matching the rest of our line as well. That leads me to my next point. We're considering, it's a very fresh consideration, different color handles that are interchangeable. Not easily. You can use a press to press them on and take them off. But is that an option that the end user or even the dealers would like to see? Different colors that fit on the same ratchet. And I don't know about, the handle internals of other manufacturers, but who knows? Maybe they'll fit on those.
So if you guys want to see something besides green and black, now's your time to leave it in the comments
forever hold
and
your
say,
peace.
hey, we kind of want to see blue or high vias or whatever flavor you like.
I'm going to use these comments to get feedback and decide based on that. Now, it's not going to be the sole factor that I'm using to decide, but it definitely will help us look at different colors. So you're telling me if 10,000 people comment, I want hot pink and black, you're still going to think about it? He's not going to. Tell you what.
He's going to do.
If that is the case, and if they don't sell, I'm coming after each one.
There you go. He's going to personally show up to your house and
I'll be like,
you a ratchet.
I'm going to give you a ratchet handle and an invoice.
There you go.
All right. So that is the extent of the ratchets and what is coming up with the ratchets. move on to some of the other VIM non-Maverick products. So it's still imported, but it's still the VIM you've come to love. This right here is actually one of the items that we released at the recent show. This is one of a two-piece set. It's FRLP 100, which stands for Fastener Removing Locking Pliers. Okay. This is the smallest. This is the 5-inch. There's going to be a 7-inch in the set as well. Now, they look like standard locking pliers, but if you open it up, you see the jaws are bidirectional, right? You can see that on the camera, Clay? Mm-hmm. You see the jaws have grooves going both ways, a couple different cutouts. You can see it from the tips really well.
Absolutely.
All right, and now these tips are shaved flat so that you can easily grab onto a stripped fastener and remove it. So if, you know, say you got unlucky and got a past job of someone who didn't really care, and you have a completely stripped out screw, this will allow you to easily grab on to that screw from the sidewalls, and because those grooves are engaging differently than the other grooves in the actual plier, you can easily spin that loose. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of you are going to say this is finger tight. Let's really... Okay, so that's tight. I mean, I indented my hand on it. So, that is now tight on there. This might take a little longer for me to do, but it'll come loose. There you go.
And not even
so they bite.
Not even a grunt for dramatic effect.
No, they bite. They definitely bite. Another point on this is because they are locking pliers, you can easily stick an adjustable wrench on here and really crank it loose because you're going to give up before these jaws give up biting onto that fastener.
Yeah.
Again, this is a 5-inch. There's a 7-inch with it.
And it comes in like a black, what do you call it?
It's a pouch, a little nylon pouch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got Velcro closures. So.
Now, something I did want to bring up. These little demo blocks. At the show, we had a lot of dealers talking to us about these demo blocks. And they mentioned that they would like to have some on the truck, which is understandable because we had one for the bigger set, one for the smaller set. And they stand on it pretty well. Now, for whatever reason, obviously we didn't make these, we bought these, but they're expensive as all hell. A lot more than I thought they would be. So, in order to try to facilitate that, we have a local metal fabricator that we are close friends with who actually built the metal that we are standing on in this building. He helped us put this building up. We're going to try to get him to make some of these, but before we do that, I want to know, as a dealer, is this something that you are interested in having on your truck for these pliers? Obviously, the end user won't care about this, but the dealers that watch this, I want to know if you guys want these on your truck or if it makes zero difference to you. Obviously, you'd want them, but would you pay for them? That's the difference.
So one thing I do want to point out, because if you work in a big truck shop, especially like an independent shop, or you work for, say, a trucking company and you work in a truck shop, you know, no driver gets out and checks the dock door. So every time your truck's back into a dock door, there's pallet nails, and there's always nails in your trailer tires, right? These, like, I don't own these yet because obviously they're brand new, they haven't come out, but I've got another set that have these vertical grooves in it, but they're non-locking. These are the greatest damn pliers on earth because of the vertical jaws to pull nails and screws out of those trailer tires, so you can easily plug those tires. You're not fighting with them with a pair of channel locks or regular vice grips. So the pair I had were built like a lineman's pliers, and you guys know I'm talking about the VIM pliers, and these, because they can lock onto it, will be even better. So
I haven't personally seen the VIM pliers. Are the grooves in them different at all? They have?
So the VIM plier, let me see if I can show you guys here. All right, so hold this and let me get a good close-up because I'm going to give you a little free edumacation today. All right, do you see the pattern that these have? It's multiple, let me see if I can get back in here. There's multiple teeth in this. So the VIM pliers have like one V that goes up in the center. So it would be like, these have, like if this is the bottom of the jaw, they got all the little jagged teeth running like this. The VIM pliers have like a V or like a W shape. So it's kind of like two.
So I would argue that more grooves would help bite more.
Well, time will tell.
I guess
so.
No.
But all I know is those work really well.
And they're locking.
Because I would try to mess people up at the show by tightening those screws so tight.
I noticed that because you messed me up.
That they couldn't get them loose where it would show that it really worked. Because I'd grunt on it, you know.
Yeah. You messed me up because I tried.
So that tells me they lock on really well. So I'm going to say that the smaller grooves will work better, especially because a lot of those screws are kind of hard. They're nails, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Well, there you go. There you have it from someone who knows.
But I know if you work in a truck shop or even a car shop where you do tires, take a look at these, and then when you pull out the first nail, you're gonna be like, damn, this well
What do you
worth
think?
the money.
And this is out of left field. What do you think about like carpenters?
Yeah.
Right? Like when you're like, imagine installing a deck or cabinets, and like you're removing old cabinets, and you have those screws that are completely stripped out because a previous guy did it himself.
Sure.
I just thought, I don't know. I'm just thinking of areas in which I've experienced that kind of issue. As you guys know, kitchens are insanely expensive.
Oh yeah.
So I went ahead and me and my dad put in all the cabinetry in all of my houses ourselves.
Sure.
And taking out the old ones is not always as easy as you think it'd be.
It's harder. It's hard. It's easy to knock them off the wall like that, but like getting the back piece.
That's what I'm saying. You get it off, and then you notice that someone just said, you know what, this is the next guy's problem.
Oh yeah, but if you ever listen to most people that build houses when they're putting in screws, like the grinding noise of the screws don't bother them at all. They just hammer home.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, that's exactly the mentality. It's the next guy's problem. And I mean, I cannot say I blame them. I do get it. If it wasn't my house, maybe I'd feel different. But yeah, so maybe those will work for that. I just thought of that.
All I know is if you guys do any sort of tire repair, get a pair of those. I don't give a shit if you mow beside the street and sometimes you get a nail in your lawnmower tire. I promise you, even if it's not the VIM brand, that vertical groove,
that concept right there is amazing.
In gold.
Another thing I want to mention is that a lot of people had asked about warranties on this thing at the show, and they were under the assumption, because most locking pliers are chrome vanadium. As you can see by the markings on this is actually chrome moly. So these are some strong MFers.
There you go.
Chrome moly, not chrome vanadium.
Good stuff, man.
Yep. All right, and on to the next thing. Oh, this is a fun little item to talk about.
Yep.
I've talked about it a few times, but this is our BCS 817. This is a 17 millimeter. I get it's the weirdest concept because it's a deep, shallow socket.
Yep.
And I mean, other than the actual application for this, could you think of other scenarios specifically where you would need this? There's probably is.
I mean, I'm sure there is, but
another specific application. It's just this, when I saw this the first time, I was like,
so at the show, like, we knew it was for Subarus, right?
Yeah.
Like that was the whole concept of the birth of this thing. But at the show, we learned that Isuzus, like the NPRs and some of the others, have the same issue, and it's a 17 millimeter. So I don't know. Like,
and now,
work on
for those of you who don't know, this is our Subaru brake caliper bracket bolt socket.
That's it.
It's a mouthful. But apparently on the Subarus, not apparently, it is true, they have a 17 millimeter bolt that holds up the brake caliper bracket, and there's kind of a right angle where there is a bolt. I want to show a right angle somehow to show what I'm talking about. There we go. Let's do this. Say this is the right angle. There is a bolt here and a bolt here at the same height. So to get onto this bolt, you have to go around this bolt. Now, a shallow bolt would work. So a normal stubby impact swivel would work to get onto it. The problem with that is that because this part of the socket is up close, when you go to back it out, now you're pushing up against the other bolt, and now you're stuck. So it really did you no good. You'd have to loosen it, turn it back in, take the socket off, and then loosen it by hand again.
Sure.
So with this, because of how long that neck is, you can get in there, remove it, and then you're no longer grinding up against the other bolt, so you can easily take it out. That is where the origination of this design came from. Now, this is the only one that is pinless. There is one other version of this out there that is a lot more expensive.
Snap-on.
That is a lot more expensive.
You may not can say it. I can say it.
That is a lot more expensive. This is a pinless swivel that has a pin in it. And, I mean, granted, I get it. USA made. Go spend more money.
Sure.
That's your prerogative. You have this option available. This is the BCS 817. This is a 17 millimeter. We also have a 19 millimeter coming on the way. Same concept, and that will be specifically for the Subaru Ascent, I believe, is the SUVs. Those Ascents in 2024 switched to a 19 in the same spot on the car, and moving forward, those will all be 19s. And from my understanding, Subaru tends to keep costs down by making everything kind of across the line changes.
Right.
So I do foresee the rest of the Subarus from 2024 on turning into a 19 as well.
Sure.
But yeah, that's how I'm assuming. So you can you can use the bigger impacts on it and not damage the actual bolt. But I don't know.
While we're talking about new stuff, brand new stuff, guys,
we got a lot of good feedback on these guys.
Really cool right here.
So these pliers right here, part number WSC8, are coming here in the next, I want to say 3-4 weeks. Don't hold me to that, but they are coming. And they look neat because of the dual color, obviously, and there's a lot going on this plier.
Yep.
But
a lot of stuff going on.
as you can see, the screws on this, both here and on the other side, that makes these jaws removable.
Yep.
So the reason for that is when you have an issue with the tips breaking to warranty, you can just have extra jaws and replace them easily. That's a warranty. It's a much easier warranty than having to send your whole plier bag and having to wait to get new pliers. The dealers can keep that on the truck. It's easier to stock, all the above. B, for you end users, as opposed to having to buy multiple pliers, you can just buy multiple different types of tips because we will have different tips, including right angle,
That's where I was fixing to go. So this is what I've learned from them. If you see something like this that is completely different, most of the time it's just not for warranty. They've got something else up their sleeve. So there's probably going to be, like, at the end of the day, 7-8 different tips for this thing before it's over.
Oh yeah. So just like any mechanic out there, you need to use the tools available to you, and by maximizing the tools available to you with the same product, you have yourself something decent. So that is the concept behind these. You could easily replace those tips to be able to exchange it to a different pair of pliers, or to be able to replace your tips. Makes it a little bit easier there.
So speaking of one tool that can do a whole bunch of
I'll show
stuff.
that.
I know we didn't plan on going here, guys,
We
but
did
hey,
not.
we're here. We've already turned down the street. We might as well pull in the
Now,
parking lot.
this toolbox is actually, I know a lot of people are going to have comments about this display. Oh, you're wasting so much space with. This is our display. This is a display for our shows. We ship the toolbox to the shows so we can open them and have everything laid out and not have a mess all over the tables. If you're a dealer who's been to a booth of ours, as the line has grown, it's become a nightmare to try to manage all the stuff neatly. So in order to not be on top of each other trying to show customers product, we bring 4 of these with 4 people to sell. Each person has their own toolbox that is identical, loaded with everything you need.
So I know you guys are going to hate on the space on the phone. Don't click off the video yet, because I'm going to show you a drawer that, you'll be drooling over.
Yeah, you're going to like the other drawer. But what Clay was talking about is our interchangeable head system here on some of our larger ratchets. We have the HDR 34K, which is a big son of a gun. This thing is extendable up to 48 inches. And I mean, I've shown it before, there's a lot of weight in this. I know you may have other 3/4 ratchets. Everything I do at shows, we see all dealers, all flagships, all independents. We see everything. So you have a broad spectrum of different brands that they all carry.
Yep.
Every time I ask them if they have a 3/4 ratchet, yeah, I have this one, I have this one, I have this one. I give them this, I show them it makes sense. Well, that's cool, and then I hand it to them.
Yep.
They grab and they go, holy, it is heavy.
Well, that's sort of that way with your manual impact driver. Like,
Same thing,
so
yeah.
many guys are like, oh yeah, I sell that, I sell this brand, I sell that brand, or whatever. And then when you hand it to them, their
They're
hand
heavy.
drops
It's the
like
weight
a
of it.
foot. They're like,
It tells you a story about what the
holy
product can actually do. Like, for instance, this ratchet head alone is rated at 1,500 foot-pounds. And we did that on video.
Yep.
For those of you who do not believe, which I'm assuming is a lot of you.
And it did it, and it had
Well,
no
the machine
struggle.
the machine couldn't go more than that. So 1,500 foot-pounds where we maxed it out, but it was a working ratchet still.
So you guys have seen the kit that they have with the breaker bar head and the ratchet head.
And this head comes off.
So they've got some new stuff, like this bad boy.
I need a
that
pin
is-
because this is too thick. Need a pin to take this off. Pliers. Thank you. There we go. It's that simple. There. So, we have a kit right now that comes with the ratchet, the breaker bar, the handle. That's how it was originally started. We have finally released the WE42A. The 42 or 46? 42A. This is a wrench extender head. I know it looks wonky at this size, but it is a wrench extender head that goes on top of this that will hold up to 55 millimeter wrenches. I won't be doing none of that, but you can. And this extends up to 48 inches. So now you have a mobile, extendable pipe for your wrenches up to 55 millimeters. And for those of you who do use those, I am sure you know how big of a blessing that can be.
Absolutely.
And now you want to switch this out because you're on the job. See how quick that was? You need a little bit extra prying. We also have a giant pry bar attachment. This is the PB42A. The thing is, I mean, you feel this. The weight of them,
heavy,
none of this stuff is
Very
for,
heavy.
I guess you could say light of I don't know what the word would be. But this is for some bad MFers because, you know, I really don't want to mess with anybody who has to use this on a daily basis because this would be a nightmare to actually have to put this much effort into what you're doing.
Yep. So you can.
But I mean, you could mess someone up with this too, man. It's the weapon in your car.
Sure.
You're going to catch a felony.
You know, what is the guy that said you can move anything as long as you have a long enough lever?
Yeah, something like that.
Like that's probably what he was thinking about, was building one of those.
There you go. So now that is the new and exciting updates on our 3/4 stuff. It goes in the foam. But you see how easily this stuff can get messy if we don't have organization systems for them at our shows. So that is our 3/4 items. Now we're going to move on to that drawer because we have a similar, pretty much the same concept in our 1/2-inch set.
Yep.
The TRK 100 is the same concept as the HTR 34K. It comes with a breaker bar that's indexing and a flex head 92 1/2-inch ratchet. This one, what did this one get up to? This one got up to 900 foot-pounds, I think. 900 and something. It's up there. For a flex head, it is up there. That being said, we've had the Crowfoot available.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie. What happened here when you pick that up? It looks like so tiny, and that thing's
does look
huge.
small.
But after holding that HDR,
Yeah, it looks small. It
it
does
looks a
look
little
small.
bitty, you know.
This goes up to 21 inches itself, plus the length of the attachments.
But it's
so you still
tough,
get some.
man.
It goes from 16 to 21 inches. So you have some space. You have 3 different locking positions, same as the other one. The knurled ends help you grip onto this a little bit more. But we've had the Crowfoot attachment here, and what do we call this, Clay? We call this the alignment enforcer. With this, we call that the alignment enforcer. But wrench extender, we've had this. This is up to 42 millimeters. And then the pry bar attachment, obviously it's smaller, but we have that pry bar attachment for this 1/2-inch kit as well.
This is the one.
Yep.
All right, boys. Y'all pay attention right here.
So now you have a chain wrench here.
You're finna learn a little something.
Boom, boom, boom. And now you have one hell of a chain wrench that you can, I mean, that's a bad boy right there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's freaking awesome right there.
All right, that is pretty neat. But the cool thing about this product, meaning the actual system itself, is that the more that someone has of these attachments, the more value you have in the one item. So, yeah, it's not the cheapest, tool in your toolbox, but what's more cost effective? Buying one handle that works with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different tools, or buying 6 different tools?
Yep. That's exactly right. Boys, it's like getting a wife that knows how to cook, clean, all that stuff.
I'm saying. No
all
need,
in one
I'm not
right
gonna
there.
say
It's
that,
worth
but-
his money.
People have to pay for a cleaning lady, and, there's an extra cost.
There you go.
There we go.
So I want to show them the drawer, which would be this one and then the next one down there. So you can see how all of this fits in here nice and neat. Like, I like that.
That is neat.
But I really
You like this one?
like this drawer.
The
So
sockets?
to me, for this to be perfect, I love the SMS 600, the SMS 400, the MMS 450, and all the extra deeps in here. Like, if I could customize this my way, I would put the Impact 50 set here and then put the spark plug somewhere else. That way, one drawer, when you open it up, you can do any damn thing you want.
That
to
is fair.
right there.
That is fair. Now, granted, this display was meant to show customers things,
Sure.
so we put sockets with sockets. These are here, but the Impact 50 is with the Impact stuff.
Yep.
So it was just more of a keeping stuff uniform type deal. But
like, you would never
If
have
you're
to
using
worry
it
about
correct,
it. You
yeah.
would have to go to one drawer and you're
all
good
right,
to go.
here's another question. Most of these big 72-inch boxes, regardless of who makes them, they have pretty standard depth drawers and pretty standard width.
Right.
At least plus or minus a couple inches. In your opinion, and for you guys, in y'all's opinion, is this too much of a waste of space in terms of how far the stuff is apart? Is this something that you would want for your box? Because we could definitely look into bringing in full sets this way to where you could just buy a drawer, slap it in your... I just don't know how popular that would be. It looks cool.
It looks great. Like,
It looks cool, so
I really
I'm
like it.
curious, because this was only meant for display purposes,
Sure.
but we did get some questions.
but there was a lot of dealers.
There were some
coming to us
questions.
that
There were definitely some questions.
They're like, hey, we want to buy this. We want to buy this.
But, there's opinions and then there's action. So
Well,
I'm
like, here's the thing for you guys, I think, right? Like, if you offered this, just the foam piece, right?
yeah.
And let's say a guy didn't own the Impact 50 set and you decided to put it there. he's going to buy the Impact 50 set because he don't want those holes in there.
I guess I get what you're saying. So offer just the foam, not loaded.
Yeah. Yep.
We could do that. So what? I'm just curious to see what the opinions would be. So drop a comment, let us know what you think and
there you go.
What your opinions
are. Fantastic.
My personal favorite drawer, just because the nature of it. Is it this one? No. This is a cool one too.
Yeah,
no, it's this one. This one. I like this one the most. I think it's the most. Other than this portion right here, there's limited waste. It's not. There definitely is wasted space, but it's limited. And I think it looks cool. I think how we laid it out was nice. These are a lot of our specialty wrenches. So you have your ratcheting wrenches right here, super lightweight. You have your E-Torx wrenches, your brake bleeders.
I'm gonna say most people don't know that
It's an
VIM
older set.
has these, and y'all have had these forever.
A long
I don't
time.
have a set,
And they
of
sell
them,
well.
but they're super freaking cool.
So the angles on them are a little weird because one side is meant to be able to bleed them without taking the wheel off. The other one is meant to do it with the wheel off.
So that's cool. These are really, really cool.
5-piece set. BB500 brake bleeder.
BB500. So there you go.
Now the only reason this works, obviously you don't see any part numbers on here because they would look a little funky, is because myself, Clay, Michael, we know all of the part numbers for the sets and we know what they are by looking. That's why it's important as a salesperson to know your part numbers.
Sure.
Because I mean,
Like
and not knocking anybody because they're not
open
manufacturers.
These drawers, like it looks confusing, like it really looks.
But I know what
confusing.
everything in here is.
But this whole row right here is an Impact 50, right? So you know that.
You have the Impact 50, you have the Impact VM6, VI6, the Impact VM6, the Impact XZN6, the Impact HCT6, the Impact SFP6. I know all of our part numbers so well that I can look at it and know what it is, which isn't anything impressive, but when you're selling or buying from, say, a non-manufacturer, someone who's just selling another brand, they don't tend to have the same product knowledge of it. So it's just important to know your stuff, is what I'm trying to say.
It looks freaking awesome too.
It does look good. And then the bottom, let me see what else we got in here. This one looks pretty good too. You got a full wrench set in here as well. The flare nut wrenches, the palm wrenches, all the extra longs. Let's see what else we got in here to show you guys. Screwdrivers, we have full screwdriver sets here. You have your extra long Torx, which are great for them door panels, especially on those Euros. BMW shops go crazy.
There's that Impact kit I was thinking about.
That's the Impact kit.
I
That
wish
is
you
a
could
heavy
feel
son of a
how
gun.
heavy that thing is.
Obviously, and we have a set with the Impact driver that comes with all the necessary Impact bits, as well as the adapter, regular screwdriver set.
Oh, speaking of adapters, we got to talk about this too, because that has been a change. This set used to be in foam.
In a foam. But we have found that not the most useful, but a very big use for this set is for service trucks. This is the S2BK100K, which stands for shake to brake. So this kit used to be in a foam, and that's great, but service trucks weren't really, it wasn't efficient for a service truck to keep on the truck in a foam. But in the case, very easy to keep in a service truck, and you could also keep it in a toolbox that way. What this is you have your little handle, handy dandy handle, as well as 3 adapters here that all go on air hammers. Now you have a 1/2-inch socket or square drive for sockets, a 3/8, these are flipped. That's why it didn't make any sense. You have a 3/8, a 1/2-inch, much better, and then a 5/16 bit holder. So all these have this have 2, but the detent balls in the handles, or whatever you want to call this, the shaft, as well as in the end for the sockets, obviously. But that second detent is so that you can lock those into place on this handle, stick your air hammer in it, and this 5/16 works with any of the 5/16 impact bits. So you can easily start hitting it with an air hammer and breaking something loose. If it's rusted, seized, this on, I can imagine, you would know, you had the service truck. On the road, especially at, like, imagine at night, a service call overnight where you need to get this bolt off. This right here.
Like, it doesn't impact, so what happens is the shock of the air hammer actually
loosens everything up.
Jars the rust.
It loosens everything up. Imagine a video of a super rusted item, or honestly, the way I envision it in my head, and I know it sounds weird. You know those videos of people cleaning rust off of items, like in a whatever those hypersonic baths are? You see everything vibrating off? That is what I imagine very close up is happening to that rusted bolt or fastener. So
you pair that thing with like a good long stroke air hammer,
you're in business.
Something's finna happen. Like, that's all I'm saying. It's either gonna come loose or it's still going to come loose. It's just going to require you to have a little tap and die set to make it other stuff happen.
So there you go. This is the S2BK100K. And I like reminding people, because people still don't know even after all these years, all of our sets are starting to come with this right here, QR code. So you scan that, and now you have your parts breakdown for everything in this kit in case of any issues with warranties or loss.
Did you hear that, guys? Warranties. That means if you break the tip off this bit, all you gotta do is send it in and get it warranted.
Boom.
Bam.
That is the S2BK 100K. What haven't I talked about on this? We have these guys right
the
here.
MR tray and the towels and the Toyota stuff.
So this is our Toyo K1. This 3-piece kit consists of our Toyo K1. Now, these are for the Toyota oil filter cartridges. This will remove any 4, 6, 8 cylinder Toyota or Lexus oil filter cartridge easily. You have your
Go ahead.
You have your adapters here, so you can easily, use the different sizes. The socket is forged. These are hard impact plastic. This takes all the beating, so you don't have to worry about that. And now,
so I know what guys are gonna say. So let's cut it in the bud. I like nipping it in the bud before it even gets started. The fins are gonna break off this plastic. The freaking housing is what holds your
that is
filters,
where all the
guys.
beating comes from.
This is there. All this for is a little extra support in case this thing wants to slip.
There you go.
If this slips, it's no different than any other socket made. You don't have to have a metal fin because it's not holding the fins or loosening with the fins. Here's where it happens.
There you go.
I just wanted
You're good.
I just wanted to put that fire out before it got big enough we had to pull out a hose.
And then you have all your arrows right here. You have the arrows on both items to help you line them up and easily insert those adapters. It works with both, and there you go. That is the Toyo K1. On to the next. Right here. So, these are our 2 new microfiber rolls that we're coming out with. Believe it or not, we have a thinner and a thicker set, and these are both the exact same amount of towels.
Yep.
That's how much thicker the one is than the other.
So both of them have 30 pieces in each.
They're both 12 by 12, 30 count sheets. 12 by 12 sheets, 30 count rolls. That's what I was trying to say. Again, same exact size, just different thickness. You'd use this one in your traditional shops where you're using it to wipe up oil, stuff that really, you're just using it as a rag.
Chunking it.
Now, they tear away, they come out just like this. You have your VIM embossed microfiber squares that are washable, reusable in a shop. And, I mean, you'd know better than me.
They work good.
This is much easier to just tear this off as if it's a paper towel on a roll.
Yep.
It'll hold. It won't unspool and go all over the shop. You have microfibers. You can go to Costco, get them in a big bag, but then you're ripping them out of a bag. And these retail for about just as much as the other microfibers in the market right now, like $1 change per sheet.
And the thick ones are really, really thick. So, like, you can throw them in the washing machine and wash
and the
them.
thick ones are used for more delicate situations.
Detailing
things like that. You have that option as well.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the last of it. I think.
Yep, that is it. And for you dealers, if you're going to order those, do me a favor, order them in 6-packs. You don't have to, but 6-packs are what come in a case. It makes it a lot easier to ship it.
Sure.
If you're a dealer.
You're going to sell them, though, because
I think
those
so.
things are good. And the bad part about it, I catch myself at the shows, like, people will tear them off and they'll throw them down. I would catch myself picking it up, putting it in my pocket, because, like, I guess it's OCD. Like,
cleaning everything.
Like this right here drives me nuts. See those spots on there? And that's just from people's hands picking them up. So, like, it's a wonder if their ratchets have any chrome left on them after as much as I rubbed on them this week.
Now, a unsung hero here that a lot of people, we don't talk about enough because it's not as sexy as the rest of the product line, but this is our MR tray. This is the 12-inch? Yeah. This is the 12-inch MR tray, which I believe is just MR tray 12.
Sure.
Now, what this is if you look over there, can you see that?
Yeah, so these are what they had. These were the regular MR trays. They were MR tray 14. B for blue, G for green. So it used to come packaged in this, bubble plastic with 3 rails on a 14-inch
Now,
tray.
the weird thing about that, and this decision was made before this was ever our decision to make, if that makes sense. We don't make 14-inch rails separately.
Yep.
We have 12 and 16, and then we have 14 specifically for those trays. And I'm not sure why that. Maybe they just had a 14-inch tray available at the time. I'm really not sure why they went like that.
And what would suck, like if you're a big orange fan guy, like you wanted orange, you couldn't get it.
You're not going to buy that just to do that. Exactly.
And then if you did buy that, you would have to put 12-inch rails on it.
So it wouldn't maximize the space on it.
Kind of weird looking.
That's exactly the case. So what we did, because a lot of dealers asked us, can I get the 14-inch? Can I get because that's what people wanted. So instead, you said, you know what? Let's not bring out a bunch of different colors and 14-inch rails. we're selling the trays in the size of the rails we already have. So we have 12 and 16-inch trays that'll fit 4 rails across filled. So you can easily stick 4 sets onto here. And now you're up and you're mobile with those sets on your mag rail. So MR tray 12, MR tray 14. Sure. MR tray 12, MR tray 16.
16, yeah.
Force a habit.
So there's 2 more things sitting beside you that is...
Oh, I forgot about those. So something that we released recently here is our new line of coolers. Now this is obviously not a tool, I know, but this...
But we all drink beer.
We all drink...
You may not admit you drink beer.
We all drink something. We all need iced beverages on a hot day. Yeah. These are our 2 new coolers. You have a backpack and you have a regular. This is a 35 can. This is a 45 can. They are both 2-day coolers, 48 hour. And I want to clarify what 2-day coolers mean, because it means that from every manufacturer of coolers.
Sure.
2-day coolers signify that if you load this up with ice to the top, close it, zip it up, and leave it, you will have ice retention, full ice retention for those 48 hours.
Sure.
But that's only if you do that. Now, if you're opening it and it's not filled with ice and you're opening it to get drinks out all day, it's obviously not going to hold for 48 hours.
Well, I'm sure you probably got one of these buddies that you've been around in the past that will...
Just do this?
No, they'll open it, get it out, and then if they even flip it,
just flap, yep.
They don't even bother pushing it down.
So obviously,
you don't have to zip it, but at least push it down.
So obviously, you're going to lose some of the ice retention when that happens.
Sure.
So because I don't want someone saying, you know, I used it all day at the lake with a 24-pack, got drinks out of it all day, and it only held ice for 16 hours. Yep. What's going on? I don't want that. So that's why I'm clarifying.
If it takes you 16 hours to drink all your beer, you need to speed up a little bit.
There you go.
Like, I will give you free lessons if you'll buy the beer, and I will show you. It's really easy. You drink or drown. That's your option. So.
We got the backpack. I said backpack, smaller one. The backpack has been a favorite, I think.
Yeah.
People like the backpack, but the regular square, smaller cooler has a special place in my heart. Why is that?
I've got this one, and I used it, and I love it. It's great.
Now,
I really like it.
The reason I like this one, if you're near a body of water, which I am, I spend a lot of time on boats.
Sure.
You go out, go to the sandbar, you're enjoying all day. And the worst part is waiting to see who is going to be the least lazy to get up on the boat to grab another round.
Sure.
Nobody wants to do it. Everyone's chilling in the water. You don't want to get up. This bad boy has this strap that comes with it. You hook the strap up to obviously where it goes. The other end of that strap, you hook right onto your bathing suit loop. Jump in the water with that cooler. It floats behind you. You are a walking bar. You are a moving, floating, swimming, walking bar. And it is the most convenient thing for me when I'm out there. I mean, I'll have a time. If I go out there, I drive out there, and I'm like, who's driving back? Because I'm not going to be driving back. Someone else is driving this buddy back. I load this up with beer. Maybe I have a bottle of tequila in here for whoever wants to have some fun, and then a few Uncrustables.
I see it, Dave. What flavor are you on Uncrustables?
I'm jelly. Just grape jelly.
Just made
grape jelly. Cold grape jelly, not frozen, cold.
That's why I like it.
Especially when you're scalloping.
I didn't know you was Uncrustable. That's funny because I was thinking I like my ideal thing would be 24 beers, a couple of packs of lambs because I like to have a little salty with that sweet. But like 3 Uncrustables in there, I'm good to go.
That's what I'm saying. That floats with you all day. No need to get out of the water till you're ready to go home. That is why I like this one so much. But for those of you who don't live near a body of water, you like hiking, doing whatever it is, backpack cooler is a great option as well. They have some side pockets here for your phone.
You remember that day we filled that completely full of beer and ice?
100%. They're heavy too.
Yeah.
This right here, side pocket, you have for your phone and stuff. You also have another one on the other side, I believe, right? Yep. Another dry pocket right here.
Show those straps and the padding on the back, though.
Oh, so these things. There you go. So you definitely...
Look how thick
it's comfortable. It's a
really
comfortable
nice,
backpack,
man.
and it's used for hiking, so you definitely have the connecting strap. Keep it secure. Boom, boom, boom.
So obviously, as you guys know, VIM didn't go out and buy a freaking cooler factory.
No, we did not.
To build these coolers.
We did not.
So I'm trying to think how I can say this so we don't get in trouble. It don't take a very smart person to look at those 2 types of coolers and figure out which brand also uses that same factory.
100%. So I'm going to go out and say this.
That's the best way I can say.
We don't compete. We're not in the market, or we don't have customers that are cooler manufacturers.
Yeah.
So any cooler brand here in the States, none of them make their own coolers.
No.
None of them do. They all use factories,
Sure.
whether they're the same or different ones. And after comparing the pricing that these cooler manufacturers retail and then asking them for wholesale pricing to try to co-brand them at least, because none of them will let you just brand them. Their name has to be on it as well.
Sure.
it was crazy. They were charging me like $10 under retail for wholesale. And I buy 500, yeah, you get $10 off a piece.
So,
I might as well just stop there.
like I said, you guys are smart enough to use your little screenshot, Google Lens, whatever you want to call it, or you probably even seen this with those other names. But it's not a clone. It's not a knockoff. It's not like a dupe of those.
It's not.
It is the same
Thing.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Different name.
Yeah.
Without paying for the
of
expensive
course.
branding and marketing that went with that.
So we had them made, brought them in, and now we got them.
There you go.
We got them
cool,
done. But yes, like you said, no, I did not
Cool
go out and
AF
build.
is what those are,
Yeah,
right there,
right?
boys.
No, I did not build a cooler manufacturer for 2 coolers, if that's what you're wondering.
So you need to definitely check this out because it's the same. Like there's not a shortcut. Like these even come with a little pack of lube for the zipper.
Yeah.
And if you look at your name brand, just save some money. Save some money.
There you go.
That's all I'm going to tell you.
There you go.
But anyway, that's a lot of cool stuff. So hopefully you guys learned a little something, seen a little something that you might want, and check these Maverick lines out because they're really good. And if you don't like these handles, or you're just a couple of weirdos that don't like handles because everybody else loved them. So I'm looking forward to those getting finished and dropped.
Yes, sir.
That was a fun project, and I'm proud to get to work on that. So that's cool.
All right, man.
All right, guys. Like always, go check out VIM Tools, www.vimtools.com. Oh, we got some new shirts. Some
do have
really
new shirts.
freaking cool shirts.
We do have some
too.
new shirts.
I'm gonna put some pictures of these shirts.
We
so you
spent
guys
a lot of
can
time
see.
designing each one of these. There was about just 10 of them or 8 of them.
So we had those that you see that's up there, but the new ones are. Just look at the picture. That's all I can tell
Boom.
you. And there's going to be a lot of content on the shirts coming from Instagram. We got some really cool photo shoots that we did with those. So check that out. Look, hit that thumbs up. It don't cost nothing. It's totally free. Check over here for merchandise, cool tools, and discount codes down there. If you're not subscribed, click that button. Go buy a VIM cooler. Save some money. See ya.